Welcome back, performers, to The Lucky Die. Previously, Lathian takes center stage. Rhal reveals his hidden musical performance skill. Squash takes issue with being shot out of a cannon, as Zaltanna creates an explosive ending. At the Elysium Theatre, the team meet the leader of Cicero and ask to persuade her, not through sword, magic, or piety, not through eloquent words, but instead through the power of good storytelling. Why was there a cannon backstage? Why did the stage manager test them? And will the leader of Cicero be moved by their story? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to The Lucky Die.
Because of this fantastic performance that the four of you have put on, you'll get a point of inspiration.
Yay!
Yay!
I'm stacking these up. You won't be able to kill me.
I can't kill you anyway.
Well, good luck now. I've like 3 inspirations.
You're responding to my very bizarre idea in the best way possible, so thank you, and I think you'll deserve inspiration based on that.
We're going to fight an inspiration vampire.
Yeah. As the curtains close and then open again for final bows, as all the actors and those people who help behind the stage come on and take their curtain call, the crowd begins to applaud very politely at first, just like, well done, golf claps. And then they slowly get louder and louder as it begins to sink in what it is that they've seen. The woman that you first met stands up in the box and stands up onto that kind of the lip on the box, so they're standing very precariously on a very small ledge, and they are applauding politely. You can see that they bow towards the four of you, and the audience goes crazy once again with just tremendous applause. You can all feel that kind of electrical feeling in the air. The same thing as you get when you're around any sort of deity or even around Zaltanna right now. You just get that buzz of there is more things going on here. There are more creatures than you're aware of. Finally, the woman in the box lifts her hands and the crowd goes silent. Congratulations. You have put on a wonderful display, a fantastic story. Very heart-wrenching at some moments. I can't believe, except I know it to be true, that you lived through all of this. I wish to give every one of you a hug, but not personally.
Rhal opens his arms for a hug.
She ignores you. She throws her arms up wide, and she looks down upon the four of you, and she says, "It is upon Lathian that you wish this boon to be granted, correct?"
Yeah. I think that makes sense.
She reaches into her brightly coloured robes and she pulls out what looks like a fairly big coin. It's kind of bronze and gold in colour and seems to be shifting through metals. It's not a static looking coin. Here. She throws it forward onto the stage for Lathian to catch.
He'll grab it.
You have but to call for us, and we shall come through all of the portals available, or, well, we both know what may happen towards the end. We will be there when you call for us, but bear in mind, this is one use only. Congratulations.
I would not dream to call you unless it were for the final fight.
Good. because that would be a remarkable waste of our talents. Okay.
And an embarrassment for me.
Enjoy your time here in Elysium. Enjoy. Rest. Do what you need to do. Catch up with friends and family. If there is anything at all that I can do to help, please speak to my friend. And she points down at the kind of very scribe-looking man that you met before, the stage master at this point, I guess. He will help you. Congratulations again. A sterling performance. And with that, she kind of backflips off of this tiny ledge into the box, bows very low, and then she disappears into the rest of the theatre. What do the four of you want to do now? You guys did so amazingly, I wasn't going to make you roll performance. Fuck that. You did great.
Do you guys think that she liked the cannon?
You know, I'm sure that the cannon was the final nail in the coffin, so to speak.
Good. I felt good about that.
I don't know. I had my eyes closed the entire time.
That's why you hit the wall?
You looked awesome.
Zaltanna, I'm surprised that you were able to hold onto that cannon with the recoil. That was impressive.
You did live, right, Squash? You get to leave.
Oh yeah, you're not dead, are you?
Horrifying.
Starts like patting on
face.
Squash's head. Are you a spirit?
No.
Bonk, bonk, bonk. Oh no, he's physical, guys. Bonk, bonk, bonk.
I'm pretty sure all of them are physical. I don't think this proves anything, or disproves anything. I'm not dead. I'm fine. I'm fine, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly. You guys, listen, Rhal and Squash were worrying for nothing. I almost just said Rhal and Aethor.
Fine. Now you're just making up names. That doesn't even sound like a fantasy name.
Would Steve and Bob and all that, those kind of like really normal names, would they be fantasy names in a fantasy world?
Listen, I just want to point out that in the Middle Ages, there were names like Ugrid and Earthid and shit like that. But then also, Tiffany was a name that was invented in the fucking Middle Ages. So...
Our languages are strange. Yeah, the four of you are on this stage. The actors are meandering around and like, you know, kind of patting you on the back and like giving you big cheers. A lot of like the kind of the stage hands themselves are just kind of beginning to take away the sets and undo some of the spells that they have prepared. Many of them kind of like do that very deep bow as they pass. Some of them just ignore you completely, just trying to get on with their goddamn jobs. So yeah, like you may do whatever you wish. What do you want to do?
Can we have an after party and I'll go get some Dunkin' Donuts. I'll get a couple box of Joes.
Actually,
couple
a rap
dozen
party
donuts.
is absolute tradition in theatre. You must always have a rap party.
You have to have a lot of food, some finger foods.
But rap parties are to celebrate like months of preparation and a job well done. We did this in the afternoon. At best, we deserve a cup of coffee and a good job.
Attaboy.
I'll be
Attaboy,
fine with
thank
just
you.
the coffee. The coffee is good. I say as all of us
There is
here just...
there is a youngish looking dwarven woman who arrives with refreshments, and she kind of like puts them on the table nearby to you, and she pulls out some chairs and like she bows very low, and she looks very timid as she kind of like walks to the edge of the stage, but you're aware that she's watching you. She's keeping an eye on you.
Is this heavenly coffee?
Yeah, it is exactly how you like it, whether you like your coffee very strong, very weak, drowning in milk and sugar. It is perfect the moment that you pick a cup.
I fucking want this. What the fuck? Can we get this back in Beligbood? What the fuck? This is innovation.
So, should we have told the lady who gave us the coin that the guy asked us to do a coup? I feel like...
I think that was probably part of the test, is my guess.
You think so? And we're just going to bet on that when we activate the coin, there's not going to be a new person in command who's ignoring us?
I mean, I can go ask him, but I have an inkling suspicion that was probably part of the whole test was here's an easy way out. Are you going to take it?
Yeah, but we won, so,
We did.
doesn't matter now.
We did do that. Yes, we did. Well, we lost in the show, but that's the whole point. But
We won at theater.
we won the hearts of our viewers.
We did what he didn't think we would do.
All right. Okay, then that's fine, I guess.
Do we have any other pressing business here?
Squash is staring at Zaltanna's giant sword. Not a euphemism.
Yeah.
it could be.
I think I gotta do some Kellenmorn shit.
Perhaps you want to ask the gentleman then? Mayhap they know where we need to go for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to the guy, the station manager, and be like,
Yeah.
my sword has some pressing business here. Do you know where I gotta go?
I'm not entirely sure what you mean. And he looks genuinely perplexed, like, no idea.
All right. So Zaltanna walks up to the guy and she's like, I need to get a spell to help my sword get his body back.
Oh. Yes, I can direct you towards that, not a problem. You are looking for a place called the Arca of Souls.
The Arc of Souls. Okay.
Arca of Souls.
Arca. Okay. How do I get there?
Yes, you're looking for a... I have to try and remember who they are now. You're looking for a former cleric of Clemdal.
That works out. Zaltanna, your best buds.
With Clemdal?
Clemdell.
Isn't that that's the paperwork god, right? Goddess?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
my favorite.
Goddess of bureaucracy and paperwork.
It's not what she used to be, but yes. She evolved with the times. Her name is Ayla.
Ayla?
Yes, Ayla. Thank you, Library Cat. Yes, I can have somebody escort you to the Arca of Souls. I have to warn you, though, it is fiercely guarded. They are not exactly a part of the army, but they are still divine in nature.
Do they work with the Valkyries a lot?
No.
What's their connection then to the soul-binding magic? I thought that was a Valkyrie thing.
There are spells that exist far before Valkyries, etc. The chaos times of magic, which Clemdal used to be kind of a part of. There are many spells that are of that nature, that are protected by them. This is one such spell, I believe.
You're talking about the times when magic was a little bit more blood and flesh and sacrifices and whatnot, yes?
Indeed.
I remember being told about these things. Wonderful. Any bargaining chips? Are they open to bargaining? Are they negotiable, or is this a waste of time?
To quote a friend of mine, you could try. I could have someone escort you there, not a problem. Whether they decide to join you is entirely up to them, but are you sure that this entity, and he gestures at Kellenmorn, is entirely worth this?
Yeah.
Well, no hesitation in that case, I will find you someone. And with that, he just turns around and he goes off into the backstage. He returns a little bit later with... Oh my god, who should I give you? I have so many beautiful people backstage. You see this kind of very thin, skeletal-looking man. He's wearing what looks like kind of very brightly coloured clothes. He has bells on his wrists and his ankles. He's not wearing any shoes or socks or any such like. He has a hat with kind of 3 points on it, and each of those have bells. And he's holding what looks like a staff with like a little mascot on the end of like this kind of little squid looking creature with like 8 legs, but it's clearly been sewn. It's not actually a creature.
Damn it.
Yeah. He turns up and he kind of like lifts his arms. He bows very low in a manner very, very reminiscent of the leader. And he smiles at the 4 of you. So I am to take you to Isla?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Okay, do you wish to leave now? It is getting pretty late by your days.
Yeah, please and thank you.
Okay. It'll be probably a day or 2, depending on how fast you wish to walk, or if you want to have mounts or horses, or if you wish to go along the scenic route along the river. I don't know how much time you have left.
The quicker the better.
Okay. Well, we spend the night on the horses then. And with that, he kind of like clicks his fingers, and you see 4 creatures appear before you. One of them is a very small, I'll rephrase that. One of them is a very big-looking dog that has like this kind of smaller-ish saddle on them. They're kind of like a Great Dane. They are just a really big dog. You can see that there are 2 very elegant-looking horses that appear. One is like this chestnut color, and the other one is like this very like black-looking color. And the hooves of both of those horses are kind of glowing very, very faintly. You also see, I think it's a Shetland pony, the kind of slightly shorter one. Yeah. I see someone nodding. You see this Shetland pony with a mixture of like blacks and whites and browns on their coat, and they also have a saddle. Basically, you have size appropriate mounts for each of you.
Zaltanna doesn't need one of them. Zaltanna got a whole badass wolf. Sometimes.
My apologies. I forgot, Your Eminence. And like he bows low, and with that, the kind of Shetland pony disappears.
Don't worry, Zaltanna, I got your back. Can't be having them disrespecting Electo.
I appreciate it.
I mean, Electo's already like iffy on Zaltanna. Well, let's not like sour that language.
Electo and Zaltanna had like bonding time when they were with Rose, Taylor's mum. The 4 of you take off after the gentleman who has been kind enough to take you to the Arca of Souls. The sun, there's not really so much of a sun here because it's Cicero, but you kind of get the feeling for you and your circadian rhythms that it's getting pretty late. The gentleman himself doesn't summon a mount. He just runs. He seems to elongate his stride and his legs get somewhat longer, and he seems to he manages to effortlessly keep up and guide at the same time. He takes you away from the theatre and he takes you back along that path. As you get to the place where the river was, you realise that's not where you are anymore. The pathway of this particular being is one of a big open hallway. You can see that there are pews, and you can see there's a stage far off in the distance. And as you run towards that, as your mounts take you along this big hall with glowing brackets and torches, that the stage you never reach. But he seems to know where he's going. Do you wish to rest for the night, or do you wish to continue?
I think we should rest for the night.
Rhal has an exhaustions.
Yeah, let's rest so that Rhal can sleep. I think Rhal needs sleep. Zaltanna like comes over and like pets Rhal on the back.
Okay. He kind of like throws his hands up, and all of your mounts slowly, apart from Zaltanna's, which Electo will do as Electo wishes, mounts begin to slow down. It's a fairly peaceful night. You don't see anyone or anything approaching you in this hall, and he seems very content just to curl up and sleep next to you. Is there anything any of you wish to do this evening, or do we proceed on?
I want to talk to this guy.
Yeah, I want to ask our guide something at some point.
If it's his name, I'd appreciate it.
Yes, that was part of it.
Okay, go ahead.
Jesse the Jester.
Go ahead, Rhal, you first.
No, you first, because I don't want to ask the name, and then you go and then have nothing to say.
No, I have other things to ask besides the name. I was going to lead with the name because I want to make sure that we get through that fucking Patreon list, but you know.
Guys, there's enough Jesse the Jester to go around. One of you just start talking.
No, we already have a Jesse. There cannot be two Jessies in the world.
What? Yes, there can.
No, not allowed. Not in my D&D.
Yeah.
You have a surprisingly
Yeah,
strong
in my
opinion on
D&D.
this.
Right, fuck, I need to pick an old one. Right, I've got a name. Carry on.
Back where we came in,
Yes.
there was the Fourfold, like a fighting place where I'm from.
You see him frown. He's trying to recall. He's kind of sitting on one of the pews, like his legs are sitting on, like resting on the arms, and he's kind of leaning back, and he's like beginning to like, he summoned these kind of like, juggling balls, and he's just absent-mindedly practicing his skills as he's listening.
I'm just confused because I thought the people went somewhere else to fight. What is that doing in Cicero?
I am not sure that I understand. You saw this Fourfold place.
Right, the fighting ring. Yes.
Different perceptions, different realities that exist there in Cicero. They are shaped by our memories, or in case your memories. I only have this hall now, and you see him like gesture. Mine does not exist anymore, but that is because I have forgotten my past. You, however, is still very much entrenched in your lives as they are. Whatever it is that you see here, doors that you open if you are not intended to be here yet, they link to people that you know, or they become versions of things that you are familiar with. It may be, of course, be different. The four of you came together, which is exceptionally rare.
Okay. Just wondering. Just seems
You're welcome.
like a strange place for the fighting, you know? Because if you want to fight, you go somewhere else. So.
Well, if the Fourfold, as you call it, if it is strong in your mind, it is not surprising that it is here.
Makes sense, I guess. So I kind of imagined it.
I assume that none of you have died.
Not completely, not yet.
Not yet.
Got real close the one time, but
Then you do not have a Cicero for yourself. Not yet. Not quite yet. It is probably of someone that you know.
Okay.
Rhal, you kind of have your own arrangement, don't forget.
Yeah, I'm not coming here for a long time. Plenty of time to think about all that. I'm just trying to understand the places.
Learning is good. I encourage it.
As do I. You ask very interesting questions.
Follow-up interesting question. What was your name, by the way?
I have not given you my name.
And I won't.
You tell me what is my name. Is a riddle. If you say Rumpelstiltskin, I kill you.
I have one for Snakeskin, but okay. Thank you, Corey. You sealed your own fate there. My name is Thane.
So are you... How do I phrase this in a way that doesn't sound peculiar? Are you a celestial or someone who has passed on?
Oh, I am a celestial now. I have transformed from whatever it was that I was before.
So you may have been a deceased and then moved. That's a thing.
Oh, yes. Yes. I most likely would have died. Yes.
Oh.
I was probably mortal at some point, but I cannot tell you when or much. I do not remember everything. There are some who, of course, who do remember what they were before. I am not so fortunate. But I have nothing to complain about. I enjoy my existence here in Cicero.
Are you... So we've seen other Celestials such as the Valkyrie, the Sandman, the Phoenixes. What do you consider yourself?
He kind of like, as he's like, he switches from juggling two hands to one hand, and he just kind of flicks the bells on his hat, and he's like, I am a jester, nothing else. Of course. He smiles.
Okay. Lafayette just seems to like withdraw inward and just has like kind of like that furrowed brow, like that made more questions.
I'm imagining Squash just like sitting somewhere with his nose in a book, and like when he says that, there's like an eyebrow raise, and Squash is just like, "The hell is going on over there?"
That's it. Lafayette just starts meditating and is trying not to think too hard on what the fuck that was.
Okay. I guess if there's nothing else to ask Thane.
Are we in danger here? Taking this rest? Are we going to get jumped by something?
I do not think so. This is my transport between the different places. Very difficult for somebody else to have broken in here.
Sandman's not going to show up and try to kill us in our sleep again?
Oh, he might do. He is far more powerful than I am. I guess they are more powerful than I am.
So we're taking watches, yeah?
If you feel that is a precaution that you wish to take, go right ahead. But for me, I will just lay here.
We had some bad run-ins with one, so yes.
You seem fairly comfortable around us. Most Celestials don't seem to like mortals.
Yes, that is true.
Why the jovial nature? Why...
He kind of does that head tilt thing, and you hear the bells on his hat move again. And he just like, he raises one hand like, look at me. He's like, my purpose, it is to bring joy and light to people's lives.
Why so serious?
I like to make people happy. I like them to smile and laugh. That is my purpose. That is what I enjoy doing. It is what I am good at.
Cicero is a place for people to better themselves mentally, to build themselves.
For some, yes.
What are you doing in Cicero? I mean, I don't think that you want to stab people and go to Bellum, but, like, I guess I'm wondering what you do.
Morale is very important. To fight without... If there is no joy, there is not much point in fighting. Can we agree? Why would you fight for sadness and misery and pain? I provide that joy, that happiness. Do you disagree?
I think a lot of us fight just because we feel threatened, not because we're seeking joy or protecting it.
I used to like it. Fighting.
Yeah?
Some people, they find joy in fighting, that is true. And they gesture at Zaltanna. Others, they just like to be happy. Not everything here in Cicero is based around fighting the final fight. There's only so long that you can prepare for that. Some of us just want to make places happy.
Would that be what you did if you got stuck in Bikron? Would you try to make people happy?
Honestly, I do not know. I would have to roll the dice. If I were to go through to Cicero without the call, and they gesture laughing, who knows what could happen to me?
Do you think there are Celestials in Bikron who are just trying to survive?
Our world is very strange. I would not rule it out. Why do you wonder? Do you think you have met a Celestial?
No. No, it's just I always assumed the Celestial hated us, but we were informed earlier that it seems that getting stuck in Bikron messes with their minds.
It does, yes.
They're not there because they hate us. They're there because of a problem, a broken aspect of our world.
Correct. We are, those who serve in the army of Cicero, supposed to fight a great evil. Going through the portal, or any portal, or rift, or rend, or being summoned, or some such. It flips something inside us. It is theorized that when people are pulled through that way, that they act on instinct. The world is broken. There is no other reason for us to be in the physical plane. But alas, and he kind of like stares at the four of you like individually, when people are brought back, rifts and rends are made. Some of us get stuck.
Is that the only way rifts and rends are created? Necromancy?
No. There are a few other ways you can purposely punch a hole through. Every time you shift between the planes, except the stalking. The stalking has... Well, nobody knows, really. It's not quite the same in the stalking, but to go to Bellum or Cicero, every time you punch a hole through to do that, there is often a hole left behind.
Did I leave a hole when Demi brought me back?
I do not know.
I'm sorry if I did.
I do not know for sure. It is more than likely, yes.
Does nobody know how to fix these holes? I mean, we've closed the gates that are created when the gods are murdered.
The passing portals, yes.
But the rifts, the shimmers, surely there's something we can do about those.
Most of them heal over time. Some of them do not. There are certain spells, but they require a lot of magic. Unfortunately, none of you possess that magic, with the exception of Zaltanna. Goddess to be, after all. But not quite yet, I sense. I could not do it myself.
Maybe one day.
He kind of like half smiles. I expect that one day most of magic will become far easier to perform. In fact, Ayla, the person that you are going to meet, came from a time when magic was far, far more chaotic than it is now. Nobody really knew the price of anything, and it was just random. But as things are performed more, the easier and cheaper they become. Who knows?
Mass production, I get it. Ruins the economy.
Exactly.
Thank you for answering those questions.
It is no bother.
Squash.
Yeah?
What if, that gave me an idea, what if in the future, when you become, the father of, that thing, yeah.
Yeah.
What if you had the power then to find these rifts and then you just did some magic thing and fast forwarded it to a point where it was closed?
He purses his lips and continues juggling.
Like healing, but you're just accelerating the healing naturally, but...
I genuinely love that idea. Maybe it won't be so bad. Yeah. Let's do good.
Power has no alignment. It all depends on the person wielding it.
Squash seems deep in thought at the conversation that's been had.
Listen, with great power comes great responsibility.
Calm down there.
Lawsuit, copyright straight.
Okay,
Spider-Man comes through your window, throws you on the ground.
No, Tobey Maguire, go away.
Unless anyone has anything very specific that they want to do, we're going to roll forward to the morning.
Sounds good.
Okay, perfect. Rhal, can I please get you to do your morning check? You're going to ask me what dice it is, aren't you? I think you're on a D4.
It is,
because
it's be.
You're fucked now.
I'm here at rock bottom.
Zaltanna,
now.
Casey, can I get you to roll 2d20, please?
Sure can.
Thank you.
That's why I have exhaustions.
It is why you have exhaustions. You're correct.
I rolled a 4. I'm okay.
Hurrah!
Rhal survives another night.
22.
Zaltanna, you gain 22 new followers thanks to the work of Elise and the work of, I'm going to say Thirsty, that's not his name.
Damaz.
Thank you.
Dumbass. I mean, Damaz.
No, Damaz. Damaz is his sister's pet name.
Dumas.
Damn that ass.
Dumas. I'm not rating Damaz's butt. I feel awkward. That's...
You rated Cadence.
Yeah, but Hayden isn't. But Damaz.
170 something episodes later, we need to have a new ass rating.
Like
Let's just put it like this, V. Does he have a damn ass, an ass worth going to hell for?
When someone sees this ass, do they go, damn?
On a scale from 1 to 10, how many C's are on the end of the word thick?
Perfect. New rating. How many C's?
How many C's thick?
Give
Do you want
me
me to DM
30
Thirsty? I'll
cc's of
ask him.
thick.
You're thirsty. If you had to rate Damaz.
You
Thirsty?
people are beautiful.
I'm not dealing with this for you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my friend.
Don't apologize.
Roll a D10.
It's not your
Roll
fault
a
that we're like
D10.
this.
Roll a D10.
That is true, Casey.
Also,
Thank you.
no one should apologize for us being like this because we're fucking hilarious.
That is true. The C rating, the thick C rating on Damaz's butt, I will leave to all of your imaginations. I am not dictating this part of the world. All right. Morning rolls round. Your guide takes you further along this hall. Probably about, I need to update the timeline. Probably about 3/4 of the way of, early afternoon, you find yourself outside of a very ornate-looking door. It has clearly been weathered with age. You can see that there once was an inscription written upon here, but that has long since faded. You can see that the knocker and the plate which it knocks upon has been worn with use. You can almost see the wood underneath it. It is covered in spider webs. Thane stops the party. And the mounts beneath you disappear if they were summoned. Electo just nuzzles like, ha-ha, suckers. And he bows very low. And he stands up to his full height. You can hear all the bells on his wrists and his hat and his feet jingling. And he says, I wish you the best of luck. It is very difficult here. I don't know how well they will respond to outsiders. I do not know exactly. And he kind of looks at Squash and looks at Zaltanna, and he says, your magic may not work as well or in the same manner. Just to warn you. Might not. I don't know. Your magic comes from somewhere else. Maybe it will be fine. But
Wait,
just a word of caution.
is it chaos magic rule here?
Possibly. I know that my magic does not work very well here. There are stories of magic going completely awry. But then we come from here. You do not. Perhaps your magic would be fine.
Thank you for the warning.
You are most welcome.
What if one does not wield magic, per se?
Then per se you should be fine.
Okay, good.
Unless, of course, it is magic.
No.
You will take that risk.
I have a magic. I could test it.
I do not recommend testing it around here. If what I've been reading in Demi's book is correct, the chaos magic, the magic before rules, It is incredibly brutal. It will rip you apart for simply trying to move something.
She is a historian, this Demi.
No, just
An enigma.
obsessed.
I feel called out.
Please do. Continue.
That makes a kind of sense. Just proceed with caution. I will wait here if you wish to. How do you plan on returning back to your plane? There is a rift not far from here that I could take you to, but it is a few days.
We had planned to get a friend of ours to come push us back, but if the rift isn't far away, it might be worth just letting them do their business. They are doing important stuff too.
We don't know where the rift will put us, though.
I tell you what. I will have a look on the map, and I will tell you roughly where.
Spits us out in the middle of the fucking ocean.
It spits you out on a desert, very near to a town I believe that some of you have visited. Kuzak?
Oh, I don't know that I want to go back there.
Desert of Dredith. That's a good old trek away, but we'll at least be on the same plane as Demi. It might be easier for her to pick us up at that point. How far away is the rift?
It is about 2 days.
Oh.
It is an option. If you say that Desert of Dredith, it is there.
Okay. We'll have this in the back pockets in case something goes wrong with Demi.
Not a problem. I will wait here for a couple of days. No problem. Nobody will miss me after all. Perhaps I can work on some new material. Yes. It is a good idea.
Your name is Thane, right?
Indeed. Thane the Jester.
All right. If we don't end up using the rift, I'll try to send you a message so you don't wait around wasting your time.
Oh, it is not a problem. You go right ahead. Do not worry about Thane. I can entertain myself.
Thank you very much, Thane, for taking time out of your life.
It is not a problem. I live to serve. Well, no, I exist to serve, I guess.
You exist to entertain and bring smiles.
Okay, off you go. And with that, he kind of like gestures to the door and takes a few steps back. He kind of like sits on one of the pews nearby and just steeples his fingers in front of his face and just stares intently at the four of you.
Rhal whispers to Squash, "You know he's not alive, right?"
I know, I was trying to be sensitive about that, but I think I failed.
Oh.
You guys are being real
Maybe
weird.
he didn't notice.
He does seem a little bit aloof. I think
You're aloof.
Zaltanna should be the one to open this door because this is kind of tied to what she's working on.
Use Cal. Just smash the door open.
I could do that.
Well, maybe don't smash the door open, but
This is Thane's door. Don't be rude. You people.
hold Cal and then just kind of push the door slowly.
Zaltanna, Lord of the Doors.
Zaltanna
And
is
her overly large letter
pushes
opener.
the door slowly.
Zaltanna, Lord of the Doors, opens the door. You immediately feel a gust of hot air, and it has that strange sulfuric smell, like eggs. In front of you, you see what looks like a tunnel inside a cave, except it's a natural-made tunnel. It's not made by sentient hands or tools. You can see that there are bits of the rock that jut into the area, and it's very difficult for you to move. For those of you over 6 feet tall, this is going to be backbreaking for a while. You can see that further along this tunnel, there is clearly some sort of flickering, reddish, brownish, kind of orange flickering light. Maybe fire, maybe something else, you're not sure, but the light ripples and moves. And it's hot and humid. As the four of you make your way along, can I please get a running order? This tunnel will not allow for two medium creatures aside.
I'll put Squash in front for perception reasons.
I'll be in the back then.
I do believe I still have dark vision. The blessing of winter hasn't left me.
Rhal is not excited to go into the egg smell. That's gross.
Step one, make egg.
Egg-laying creature, don't like egg smell. No.
I don't think anybody likes the egg smell.
I'm going to make a barf, though.
As each of you step into this tunnel, the rock all around you is very dark, and you suddenly get that very heavy feeling in your stomach, like, you know, if you accidentally eat too much and you have that kind of like, I've got air trapped in my sarcophagus feel, that kind of like, oop, oh, I ate too much, that piece is going down wrong. You get that feeling in your chest. I'm going to do something slightly weird here, because this is what this being does. Each of you is going to write down how you think your character will die. Just need you to write it down and send it to me in a DM. Don't have to do it right now, but I do require it. Actually, I might need this right now, depending on what you put in your messages.
All right, give us 5 minutes here.
Yep, you have it.
Is this meta? Like Neil?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
This isn't like Rhal's fear.
Nope. No, this is completely meta. This isn't how you think your character will die if they die in this campaign. And if you don't think they'll die in this campaign, what you think their happy death or their unhappy death will be. You continue progressing your way through this corridor, through this tunnel. As you turn a bend, you've probably been walking for about 10-15 minutes. The stench is getting stronger.
Ew.
But you're also beginning to hear, at least Squash would pick it up earlier, you begin to hear whisperings in a language that you wouldn't recognize. It sounds old. It sounds breathless. You hear echoes, as if people are talking in a big chamber. You can feel magic growing by the second. Every step you take forward, something in your being is reacting to something highly magical, something highly dangerous, something that to your soul feels uncomfortable. Up ahead, you can see that this tunnel opens up into a much bigger chamber. And Squash, as you arrive just that few seconds before everybody else, you can see this being. It's about 6 feet tall, 2 arms, 2 legs, a head. They seem to be floating in the air as if someone's holding them by the scruff of their neck and their feet are just dangling below them. They are covered in this kind of dark blue light, occasionally cracks of bright blue light under their skin. You can see what looks like wrappings or bindings that are just floating around them. Just in front of them, you can see that there are these 2 sleeping beasts. A strange mixture between cat and dog. And they have long talons and claws. And they seem to be made of wisps of shadows. The chamber is big, it is wide. There are stalagmites and stalactites all around you. There is this low-hanging mist that's probably about 1 foot in depth. You can see the ceiling is very far above you and very dark. Behind this being floating in the middle, you can see what looks like books and shelves and a library of sorts. You see that there is a bed here, a couple of them. You can see that there are scrolls in scroll cases on these bookshelves. You can see that there are all manner of small, interesting artifacts held in boxes. You can see that there is what looks like, off in the distance, Squash, you can see that there is a golden-coloured quill that seems to be moving across this scroll. This is what you see when you arrive.
Yeah, Squash clearly stops the group, not leading them on into whatever this is, and just like, are you guys seeing the same thing, hanging guy? Some kind of weird chimeras?
Cat dog. From the cartoon Cat Dog.
I said chimeras for a
Neil,
reason,
no.
but yes.
Me, please.
No.
Yeah.
We're all seeing that, though, yes?
Yeah, you can all see this, yeah.
Okay.
Like, Squash stops you enough that I won't make you make a stealth roll at this point, so you can see the situation.
Did I understand you correctly that we're seeing this creature inside a bigger cave, or are they in the tunnel with us?
They are in the bigger open
Okay.
like chamber in front of you, and there looks like there are some other smaller chambers that lead off. I'll give you that on your ridiculous perceptions. Yeah, there are a couple of other tunnels that lead off from here, but they are in this big central chamber.
Okay.
They are kind of at the edge of the library-ish looking area, and the kind of like, I'd say, living-ish area. Yeah.
Can I get anything from those whispers, being that I understand anything, that might give me an idea as to what kind of magic-y stuff this is going on here, and if it's a concern?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
if it's whispering
absolutely.
like death a lot, then I'm gonna
Die! Rhal will die! No,
Dying, death, die.
that sounds like bad spells.
live? Damn it, no, I mean dead.
You're just listening and you just hear, what is your favorite color? What is your quest?
Yeah, you hear,
Many apocalypse. This one's an apocalypse, it must be. But Jill has yet to assist the children of magic and science. The stars, right, next millennia. But not yet. This is not an apocalypse. This is an apocalypse. It must be. The children of magic and science are not yet born. Child of science, child of science, child of magic. Jill has yet to meet. The Clemdal, she has written it in the stars. This isn't the apocalypse. This isn't when the light and the dark meet. There will be an explosion. When the spectre dances, the world will be safe. Maybe this time, maybe next time. I don't know.
it's kind of what you hear. Nonsense of babbling. Don't ask me to repeat that.
The whispers. The whispers are talking about the apocalypse. They're confused about things and waiting for things, I think. Rhal will go over the whispers with everyone.
Okay.
That's a mutual feeling of being confused,
This
yeah.
is a priestess of Callanworn, right?
Clemdal.
Sorry, what was that, V?
Clemdal.
Clemdal.
Clemdal. And Clemdal is the god of...
She's the goddess of paperwork and deals, and would be the one that if I believe that you know it now, Squash knows it, like how to cast a spell that you don't know, you would have to speak to Clemdal and make that deal.
Yes.
Clemdal is also the one that spoke to Zaltanna when she had her godhood paperwork submitted. She also has spoken with Gref on the other side, and I believe it may have come up already. She used to be a goddess of something else as well.
Yeah.
Didn't Epenimon mention her as well?
Yes. They kind of believe that Clemdal wrote fate and destiny in the stars.
I remember things.
These aren't scary whispers, though. So I think that we should be okay.
Okay. We're here for help from this person. What do we know about them?
There's a lot of magic.
All I know is if anybody here is going to be able to make a case for this sort of thing, it's going to be Zaltanna. It's your sword. You have the credibility of being a goddess in training, and well, that pretty much does too. I'm here as backup if you need me. I don't know if you want to go in gun swords blazing, or just diplomatic. I don't know how you want to do this.
Diplomacy, I think. I'm not really very good at that, but I think that that's the best sort of way to go about it.
Well, I don't think you're going to be able to force anyone here to, cast a magic spell for you. We're
So
very much in the strange place, you know. They're a strange place.
we should probably announce our presence then, I guess.
Non-threateningly.
This is their home.
Zaltanna steps forward and says, "Hello, I am the goddess Zaltanna."
Okay. The mist kind of like swirls around you as you make your way over there, and because you're not attempting to stealth, your armor 100% gives you away the second you step into like this area. And all three of them, the two creatures at their feet and the being in the center, they will immediately look in your direction. And you can see that the colors in their eyes are just rotating through various grays and browns and kind of dark whites. That doesn't make sense. Brilliant whites. They don't have much color to them at all. They look like if we got a negative, that kind of what it looks like. And all three of them stare at you immediately. The taller creature in the middle kind of floats a little bit towards you. How close do you want to get, Zaltanna?
Like halfway towards them. And
Okay.
I'm gonna like approach
let's say-
respectfully.
Yeah, so say gets you to about 50 foot. Is that okay? I don't know how far that is. Big ass table, so 50 foot.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Yeah. The being that floats a little bit towards you, kind of like leaving the two smoky creatures behind them. They kind of float towards you. They're not giving off a major threat vibe right now, but you are getting a lot of untamed magic around this one.
Hi. I'm Zaltanna, the goddess of bloody vengeance. How you doing? I'm here because I need a spell for my sword. So can you help me maybe?
You are one of two.
Sure.
You have a deal with the mistress.
Clemdell, yes.
Huh. You are Zaltanna Thunderheart, goddess of bloody vengeance.
I did say that already, but yes, I am.
Huh.
How's it
You
hanging?
are here for a sword. No, for a man. No, it's a sword. No, it's a man in a sword.
Yes, correct.
You are here for a spell?
Yes, I did already say that.
You'll say it again, I presume. One day.
All right, I'm here for a spell.
Take a persuasion check.
Wow, she's good at this. She knows everything.
Best response.
You said say it again.
Oh,
so-
boy.
Persuasion?
I think it was supposed to be more of a distant future thing.
Nah. Sultana ain't got time for that kind of shenanigans.
Zaltanna thought they were telling her to say it again, so she was like, "Okay, if you say so."
The future is now.
I got a 29.
I'm the future.
So
Would you like to say what you got?
I got a 29,
What? And it's
a natural 20.
What the fuck?
beautiful. Beautiful.
Wow.
The one where it matters.
Looks like all your prep for this cave was wasted meat because we're about to get what we wanted.
If you don't think I'm moving everything that could possibly kill you into bellowing with a different skin, you are wrong. Then I have no qualms about attacking the shit out of you. The creature looks down at you and they put one hand out, and as they do, you see some of the wrappings that have been like whipping around them kind of shoot out and begin to wrap around you. Just not in a threatening way, just as if like something ethereal is just kind of looking at you and figuring you out. And then after it whips around you a few times, it goes back to them and they look at this thread that is all around them now. Huh. I see. You have someone capable of casting this, do you?
I think so. Yeah.
Huh. What does this mean to you? The man in the sword in the man, of the man.
He's like
And
one of
they
my
look-
best friends.
What's a nat 20 on a fucking Calimon right there?
So it's pretty important to me. I made a promise, and I like to keep my promises.
You wish to undo his fate.
I do.
The mistress does not appreciate fate being thwarted. You are asking me to betray my vows and allow you to take this. Why?
Cause I asked. I don't know.
Huh. If I allow this. When I allow this. Yes, when. Be warned. Magic taken from this place is a magic from my time, from her time, from their time, all of our time. This is chaos.
Yeah, it sounds the way you talk is very chaotic, so I believe that.
Beware. The price for this is unset. You may have to put them in danger for this sword, for this man in the sword.
Rhal and Balance?
The creature shakes their head. Squash looks offended. The caster, whomever they are. So pretty. Take it, if you can find it. But warn them. They will suffer much. Maybe.
Is all the magic here from before that time?
You see them kind of like float up just a little bit more so they can have like a better view of you. And they say, all magic here is without the confines of trade. No rules. Just is. Break the world. That's why fate was here. Order. This magic is not order, it's no rules. Why?
There's probably knowledge here that got lost during the trade.
Yes. Much still exists in your world. Your plane. The plane you are.
Well, all right. I guess I gotta figure out who's gonna cast it. I assume Demi.
Yes. She and others are chaos. Magic without trade.
I did know that Demi is chaotic. It's one of the things that I think I like most about her.
You seek something. You seek to avoid fire.
Yeah.
It's not here.
Would it matter if it was? This is before the trade. I don't want anything from here.
If it was here, persuade me to break my deal. My vows. No, oath. My oath. But it is not. You can take your scroll, your spell, his spell, your sword spell.
All right, I will take it.
You see one of the smoke creatures just rush off into the library area. And you hear like lots of ruckus, like lots of books being turned over. You hear a few things falling off shelves. And they run back with this kind of really light pine woods scroll box. It looks very plain, very simple. It doesn't have anything scribed in it at all. And it's sealed with a green wax.
Okay, I will take it.
Awesome. Warn them. They know. They already know. They know magic. Should warn them. Chaos. Watch the shadows. They are not done with you. Or are they done? How many shadows have you had? And you see the creature look up.
How many shadows? How many shadows? What do you mean, how many shadows?
Are you referring to the ones the Blissful Eclipse sent?
Yes.
We've had
When are you? How many shadows?
2?
1.
No, we had
No.
2.
2 minimum. My brain thinks 3, but you're probably right, 2.
We had the one when we first came back from the stalking. And then we had the second one, which was the one that killed
Talvin.
Talvin, yeah. Yeah, and I think that's all we've had, so just the 2.
The assassins hide in the
Can't hear you.
shadows. You are not done. The assassins hide in the shadows. You are not done. You are not done.
There's another one.
He's out of
Yes.
his bubble.
Any chance you know when?
I just know that it is fated, not that it is done.
Laffian, this thing can't even keep the current conversation straight. I'd be very surprised if it actually knows when anything happens.
I think fate is a very
Yes.
fickle thing, and they're struggling to keep up with it.
Clemdal's grasp on fate is long gone. My grasp on magic was chaos. It is difficult for me to see straight. The trade, it ruined. Watch that one. And they point directly at Rhal.
What?
Watch. You breathe heavy at night. Watch him. Some spectres have to dance. Watch him.
Rhal, are you going to dance for us?
I don't know what that means. I know what dancing is. I don't know what this means.
Can you give information if bargains are struck? Does that make things more solid for you?
Yes. The bargains. And she points over at the, and the creature points over at the kind of golden scroll, the golden quill that is like kind of writing on a scroll. Bargains. I keep an eye on the trade.
What would you ask from me to tell me when the next shadows are coming?
I cannot trade for you.
I think she misunderstood you, Laffian.
Mayhaps.
They take care of the bargains for chaos magic. I don't know if you have to deal with them in particular, but Trampel told me about this too. To do magic beyond what you know, you have to strike a deal with Clemdal. That's probably what they're talking about, the bargains.
Yes.
That's not what I'm after. If there is a chance that another round of those shadow things are going to come back, I would like to know, and I'm willing to bargain for that information. I already lost someone important to me because of it. If I can know when it's going to happen again, lives can be spared.
Laffian, I don't think this is the kind of bargain you want to strike. Trampel set a simple spell of sending, and he can no longer move 3 of his fingers.
They're getting better.
There's a hefty price when Clemto comes in place.
What do you offer?
I don't know what I could offer. I am firmly of the belief that each of us should remain as whole as possible so that we can do what needs to be done.
Yes.
But I still wish to spare those that I can from this kind of suffering.
Only the sufferer prevents suffering.
I'm not putting any of that on him again. Never mind.
Soren. Not Rhal.
Ah, you mean that sufferer?
Yes.
Thinking back to the mirror. That was a nightmare. Never mind. I barely know Soren at all.
You should leave. Do not miss your date with destiny.
Her name's Kythea, actually, but that's a fair point. We should probably go.
Her name is Clemdal.
I was making it. Never mind. Jokes lost in chaos. We should, Zaltanna, we should go if we're good.
Sounds good.
I don't do well in chaos. I'm very much a person of, neutrality. We should go.
All right. Well, thank you for the confusing conversation and the spell. We gotta head out now. You have a good one. Bye.
Goodbye.
Are you all leaving?
Yeah,
I don't like this place.
I know what you said about chaos magic. I don't want any part of it.
You don't want a multi-class?
Sure.
There's a part of me that really wants to get something from there just to study it, but at the same time, I'm just like, no, you don't want to dabble in this.
You sure? I mean, there's plenty of books and scrolls. There's a foot-high amount of fog, which you could probably easily pass through your ridiculous stealth. You could go in there and steal anything you want, Squash. Give it a try.
I am not stealing from the god of bureaucracy.
Rhal's going to ask a question.
Yeah, of course.
You said no rules.
Yes.
Could this fix me?
Your destiny. Your fate. You will perish, or you will survive.
What if I don't make it?
You will.
What if I don't? I failed everyone.
Then others will have to take your place. Others who are not you for. They will not succeed.
How do I make it to where I last long enough? Can this be done? Can I make sure?
Yes. And she, the creature looks up and looks directly at the four of you. Time.
What do you mean?
The mother of time can grant you time.
Mm.
It means that we're going to the stalking next.
Squash.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're also going to get married?
Laffian, I know you're trying to make a joke, but I genuinely think I will kill the previous mother of time. If I understand my position in this whole thing. I'm very sorry.
Maybe you can marry in and
reality
inherit.
Is often disappointing.
No, just marry in and inherit. Nobility does it all the time.
Fingers crossed.
As on a side note, I don't know a very pissed off sorceress if you did that.
You did what?
I do what I do now. I don't even know this person.
It was political. I don't even love her.
Okay, thank you. That helps, and I just was worried because you warned me.
Yes. Watch him.
Hi everyone, Rhal here. Thank you all so much for being here. If you like the episode, make sure to go leave a review wherever you are listening. That really helps us out. If you would like to find our website, you can find our website at I punched my microphone. www.theluckydie.com. I would like to thank patrons Amy Johnson, Christina Swain, E.W. Peaton, and Tappy Tibbins. I hope I am pronouncing those correctly, but thank you so much for supporting the show. It means everything to us. And thanks to another amazing patron supporter, Library Cat, for the names Ayla and Thane. Thanks again for listening, and thank you again for your support. We will see you all next episode. Bye.
Venture deep into the backwaters of space. Mid-space station, a lawless metropolis run by gangsters, where anyone could earn a fair day's pay if they're willing.
Ah, you're here for the job?
Meet Cleo, a bipedal bear creature armed to the teeth.
If I was an inch taller, I'd be round.
And Dr. Z, a psychic jellyfish.
Now in surgery, we want to go for the heart and the brains.
Join these friends on a haphazard adventure, trying to make their way in cold, uncaring space. A podcast filled with adventure, action, romance, and friendship to conquer the ages. So if you want to hear more from the Backwater Bastards, search Backwater Bastards wherever you get your podcasts, or visit us at backwaterbastards.com. Backwater Bastards, a comedy sci-fi tabletop podcast.